Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Laura, I'm a hairstylist, and I'm dedicated to giving you all of the best tips and tricks so that you can make every day a good hair day. And today we're gonna learn all about Air Touch highlights. And if you haven't heard of them, they give a similar result to teasy lights. This saves those hairs that are maybe a little bit more fragile from being highlighted, and it also gives an extremely blended look. And if you didn't watch my previous video on teasy lights, I am using this mannequin to compare 4 different types of highlights. So we did teasy lights in this one quadrant. I'm going to do Air Touch highlights in this one today. And the next 2 are going to be balayage and traditional foil highlights. And then when we're all done, we can compare all of the different results so that you can see the differences in all of the highlighting techniques. So I recommend taking relatively thin sections when you're highlighting. Honestly, anytime you're going to highlight the hair, smaller sections are better just because you're going to get better saturation and better lift. So once you take your section, depending on how much dark you want to leave on the hair will determine where you're going to put your fingers to hold the hair. If you want to leave more hair out, move your fingers down and hold further down towards the end of the hair, and more hair will blow out. So these hairs that are a little bit more fragile and likely broken, or are new hairs that are growing in maybe after hair loss, these hairs are going to be left out. This gives a very natural look when we're blending the highlights into the natural hair. It's much more natural than your traditional weave where you can kind of actually see the lines. So we're going to take our foil, and right now we're just using a small foil, and we're going to put it right up at the root. Then we're going to take our brush and we're going to paint the hair all the way up towards the root. Then we'll go grab our next section and we'll repeat. Now I like to use my Dyson dryer with this because it's very high powered, so it does a really good job at blowing the hair down pretty quickly. And having your nozzle attachment on there will also be helpful. Now you can also use a board when you're applying the color, and this will make it a little bit easier for you to paint the color on. So you'll fold the foil over the back of the board and then stick the board right up to the scalp. Make sure you're pulling the hair tight just to keep that tension there. It helps keep things organized. And then paint the hair. Next, we're going to use one of these foils. And these foils you fold in half. And then you can even close it off by folding that edge in. These foils typically, for me, are a little bit quicker just because there's less folding involved. And again, you can use the board with this foil type as well. Here I'm going to use this bigger brush just because this is a bit wider of a section. Now I actually prefer to use the board when I'm doing Air Touch highlights just because I think it helps you keep things a little bit more organized. And another way that you can fold these big foils here is to fold them in. You paint it in the middle, you can then fold the pieces in, and that works too. These are a good method for getting pretty close to the scalp while also blending really nicely still into the natural color. Now, I want to point out that you can choose to start lower where you're painting the lightener on. But when I do air touch highlights, this is typically how I do it. I typically take it pretty far up. Opposed to a global TZ light application, a lot of times I'm changing where the highlight is starting. But this is all customizable for each individual person and what look you're going for. And similarly to how we did the TZ lights, you can also take diagonal sections here as well. So since this section is getting a little bit wide, we're gonna start taking a diagonal section just so we can break this up into multiple foils without doing just one right next to the other one. I like to grab the hair and just kind of pull it out of the way. That helps you keep things a little bit more organized. Let's take another diagonal section this way. Now, if you look closely, you can see how some of these hairs are hanging over the foil. If you ever have that, just take your comb and just comb them up out of the way. And since I'm not going to be doing this other quadrant, I actually think I'm going to continue taking diagonals and work my way across. Again, see how there's some hair there? Let's just comb that up out of our way. Now, obviously this mannequin's hair has never been lightened before, but this can also be done if it has been done before. So you can do a touch-up. You would do the same exact thing. You would only paint the hair to where the new growth line is. Let's say this is where the old highlights began. You would just paint the hair up top here. Other than that, it's the same technique. Now, if you'll notice that sometimes I'm folding this foil behind the board and other times I'm not. I'm really doing that just to show you that you can use either method. Typically, when you fold the foil behind the board, it is going to be a little bit more organized and neat. But that being said, it does take a little bit more time. You have to remember that everything that you do when coloring hair, the time adds up. So each step that you add into putting one highlight in really can make your service take the difference between an hour and 2 hours. So if you struggle when you don't fold the foil and you're fumbling with the foil and the lightener, then fold the foil if it's easier for you. But if you find that you can get away with doing it without folding it, that may be a better option because it'll save you a lot of time. Alrighty, so what I like to do once I finish the very last foil is I go all the way back and I check the very first foil that I did. And the reason for this is so that I can check and see how well the color is processing. Is there going to be any banding I need to worry about? Is the color lifting evenly? Did I miss any spots? This also helps you avoid over processing the hair. Maybe the first foils that you did are ready to come out. This would be the time you do that. Because this is mannequin hair, it's going to process a little bit funky. So I'm gonna go ahead and go through each and every foil and just re-hit it with my lightener. And hopefully this will just help it process a little bit better. Now, if you were to come across foils that needed to be rinsed out, what I do, and typically I like to have gloves on for this, but I'll take a towel and my fingers and I'll kind of pull and glide the towel over the hair that has the bleach on it, just to get it off for the most part, and we'll take the foil completely out. That will stop processing enough just so the hair doesn't get damaged. Now, when you're doing an entire head of hair, typically after you get done applying the last foil, the first foils you applied are very likely already done. And then by the time you're done going through all of the foils, the entire processing of the hair is pretty much done. You may want to let it sit for another 10 or 15 minutes, but for the most part, I find that this is my process time. During my process time, I'm just going through the whole head, pulling foils out if I need to, re-hitting other ones if they need it. And this is how I ensure the best processing, to where none of the hair is over-processed and none of the hair is under-processed. Alrighty, now since we only did a quarter of the head, I did this much quicker than I would have regularly. So I'm gonna let this process for another 30 minutes and then we'll go ahead and rinse it. Okay, so we have rinsed her and I did not put any toner on this hair. I will save toning this mannequin for another video, but I did use Olaplex Purple Shampoo and Conditioner. One thing worth mentioning is it's a lot easier to comb out the hair after an air touch application than it is a TZ Lights application. Alrighty, so I want to bring her a little bit closer just so you can see. So this highlight is very, very blended. The transition from where the dark hair to where the light hair is very seamless. This is extremely natural looking, but she is still predominantly light at her ends. I want to pull this down a little here just so you can see real close at the top. Alright, so that's going to be it for this video. Make sure you stick around because coming up, I'm going to be doing a balayage quadrant as well as a traditional foil highlight quadrant, just so we can compare all the different techniques on this same mannequin. If you have any questions or comments about air touch highlights, make sure you leave them for me in the comments section.